Hello yogis, welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Kristen Lassiter, and I'm just going to guide you through a gentle, sage-like class. Shorter version, gentle stretch, and then I'm hoping to have some time to chant for you afterwards, where you can just lie in Shavasana, or if you want to sit up, whatever you'd like. But starting today, seated. If you do have any props at home or anything prop-like, you might want to grab them. If you don't have your own blocks, you could use some big books, some big stacked books if you have them. And just you can have a just general blanket and maybe a couch cushion if you don't have a bolster available. Sometimes you just never know what you need. The blanket can be nice to kind of pad the knees if they're sensitive. But I do want to begin seated today in Sukhasana. So if you wanted to, you could be in Hero's Pose. Sukhasana, seated, but from there I often like to prop up my hips on a bolster or a block. The block gives your pelvis a little bit of an anterior tilt here, which allows that natural curvature to take place in your low back. Hands can be on your knees, or if you'd like, heart center. And just close your eyes, take a few moments here. Start to deepen the Ujjayi pranayama if you've not already. So very slight restriction in the back of your throat. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And as always, work the breaths to be equal in length. Make the breath a little bit more audible. That audible breath is going to do a few things. It'll calm and soothe the mind and the nervous system. It'll help keep you present, especially if there's any distractions you can hear off the mat, or sometimes that's just internal chatter and dialogue roaming around inside our head. So use the breath to purify the thoughts and body. A few more moments here. Cycle of breath. And we'll start off with a nice, easy twist. Inhale, find a taller, lower spine. And on the exhale, turn on to your right. Just a couple of breaths here to open up the backside body. Awaken the spine. One more breath in. Breath out. And other side, over to the left. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist. Couple more. And then come back to center. Into a tabletop position. So make your way onto all fours here. Fold out the blanket if it's helpful. Part your knees about hips width. Wrists and elbows under shoulders. Fan your fingers out wide. Inhale, cow pose. Lift your tailbone and open through your chest. Exhale, cat pose. Round your spine. Move towards your thighs. And again, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And a few more as you start to almost exaggerate the shape in each direction. I know some of you are really familiar with this and like to embellish with the hips, shoulders side to side. These are called barrel rolls, which are big circular swooping movements you thread the needle, inhale, left arm reaches out and up. And on your exhale, take it underneath you. Place the left side of your head to a block or all the way to the earth. And then if you'd like, you can stretch the right arm forward or go deeper into what we call a half bind. Right arm around your low back. Couple of breaths into your shoulders, your head, your neck. And any modifications, intensifications you want to add in, please do so. Come on out. Tabletop for a moment. And then we'll change sides. Inhale, right arm out and up. And then exhale, take it underneath you. Again, if your head doesn't quite reach the mat, use some sort of support, something soft or a block if you do have it, and find a similar shape to the first side. About 2 more breaths. And then from there, exit. A couple of breaths in puppy dog pose, Anahatasana. So it's very much like child's pose, if you're familiar with that. Keep your hips above your knees. Melt your chest towards the earth, and your chin can come down. If that strains your neck, you can put your forehead on a block or the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. And then lift back into tabletop. And just a little bit more movement for the spine here to strengthen it. Right arm forward and send the left leg back. Balancing tabletop with spinal extension. Try not to have too much of an arc in your back, but rather draw your abdominals in. And then exhale, knee to elbow, round and contract. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, pull it in. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in to extend. And then hands and knees both to the earth. Rearrange if that's necessary to set up for the second side. Opposite arm forward, opposite leg behind you. Stabilize. Try not to lean too much on the right arm. Inhale. And exhale, knee to elbow. Breath in, reach, find extension. Exhale, hug it in around your spine. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Then re-reach, inhale. Breath out, hands and knees to the floor. If you need a bit more movement here, that's fine, but don't lose the breath. Keep that breath that you've cultivated already for this practice. And we'll head into our first downward facing dog. I always suggest to start in a strong plank position, so my feet are hips width. I'm not sinking with my hips or sinking in my upper back, and I'm not popped up too high just yet with the hips. Everything's in one line. Power back through your heels, look forward, crown of your head forward, one more breath in. And on the exhale, without moving hands or feet, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Great place to pedal out your legs. Checking that you're not leaning on your arms, that you're reaching through them so you can stay off your wrists. If you need a little bend in your knees, that's more than fine. Take one more inhalation. And on your exhale, begin to walk or step yourself to the top of your space. If you did use a blanket, you can probably walk over it. You might need it later. Once you're at the top of your mat, your hands can be on your blocks or on the floor, or what's more popular is ragdoll arms, opposite hand, opposite elbow, deep knee bends, movement with the torso, head, neck, shoulders. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, hands drop to the floor. Let's take a twist in this forward fold. Bend the left knee, left hand to a block or the mat, lengthen your spine, and then twist right arm high. Open up. And the more you bend that left knee, the more range of motion you'll have in this twist. Take another inhale. And exhale, release to switch it out. So pretty generous bend in the right knee. Right hand down, lengthen your spine first, and then exhale, open and rotate. Another inhalation. And on the exhale, release your hands to the earth. Keep a bit of softness in your knees here. And then we'll stand up together. On the inhale, press into your feet, and then reach your arms overhead towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart space. Couple of grounding breaths here. Let's do our half sun salutations to link breath and movement. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach up. On the exhale, forward fold Uttanasana, bow in practice. On the inhale, halfway lift, press your chest forward, move your thigh bones back behind you. Exhale, bow. Again, inhale, stand up, press into your feet to reach through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, reach. Breath out, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Pull your shoulder blades onto your back. Draw your navel in. Exhale, bow. Let's do one more time. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And on your exhale, Uttanasana. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So a little different, continue to breathe, bend your knees. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. So if it's a little too much today on the low back for arms to be overhead, you can take them to heart center. But either way, the weight is into your heels and the low belly scoops in and up. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then stand up, straighten your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold and bow. Breath in, halfway up. And exhale, step to plank. We've already been here before, right? So we'll repeat it here. You can certainly drop to your knees if you need a little less, but just be mindful not to sink in the upper back. Press away from the earth. One more inhale. And on the exhale, all the way down to your belly. Now we'll do what are called intimidation cobra arms, where you tent your fingertips out to the side, chin lightly down, empty everything out. And then inhale, lift your heart off the mat. Exhale, lay it down. Inhale, come up as high as is appropriate for you. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, release. Child's pose. Knees part wide, toes together, hips go back. You can put your forehead right on the floor or a block. You could drop your arms down by your sides. Or if you're looking for a little bit of a tricep stretch, palms together, bend your elbows. Thumbs come behind your neck. You know that posture is always available to you. You can drop into it anytime, but we'll come into our first lunge. So blocks if you'd like, under your hands, and you'll step the right foot forward. And the blocks have lots of heights, or if you are getting creative and using books, do what you can do. And we'll come into low crescent lunge. So the front knee stays over the front heel. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Now as you hug your inner thighs, today let's take palms together overhead, bend your elbows, Lift your heart, lift your gaze. You can nestle your head into your forearms. You should feel a nice stretch through the front of your left quadricep. One more breath. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, send your hips back, half splits. Know that you can have a little bend in your knee. I like to drop my head to get deeper into hamstrings. 2 more breaths. Return to your lunge. Pop the back knee off the floor. Left hand to a block or the earth, twist right arm high. Sometimes this front knee opens up, so hug it in, pull into the midline. 1 more breath in. And on the exhale, lower your hand to the floor. We'll do a balance here. With the blocks that might be helpful, standing L, transfer the weight to the right foot and float the left leg. Level your hips, so it's not an open hip posture, it's a closed hip posture. And then let the heel go as high as it can. If you'd like more intensity, walk your hands back to frame your foot. 1 more inhale. And exhale, Jiva squat, bend both knees. Inhale, lift your leg. And then exhale, replace your back foot to the floor, nice and light and controlled. From here, pivot your back foot to the floor for warrior 2. Come on up here, Virasana 2. Find that front heel to back arch alignment with your feet. Level your hips and then reach through your pinkies as you take your gaze out and over them. And I want to do a little bit of flow just to link breath and movement. Inhale, this is called dancing warrior. Straighten your legs, palms touch. Exhale, warrior 2. And again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Arms stay. Inhale, straighten the front leg once again. For triangle, exhale, reach to the front of the room. And then right hand down, left arm high. Really lift the muscle and bone of your legs up towards your pelvic floor. Sometimes the torso tends to swing forward of your legs. So see if you can stack your shoulders, and as you stack your shoulders, they're also stacked over the front leg. 1 more breath in. Breath out. On the inhale, come into star. Rearrange your feet a bit. For horse pose, exhale, sit low. So it's really easy here to kind of lean forward. Knees track over toes. Lift your front hip points, shoulders directly over. Let's just flow with our arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Twice more. See if on this last one you can find a bit of depth. And inhale, lift. And exhale, fold just for a transition. Fold down the middle. On the inhale, halfway up, and you'll pivot, turn to the front of your mat for downward facing dog. So if you'd like, plank to down dog, again, is a great measurement. But get yourself there any way you can. Check that feet are still hips width, and you press and reach with your arms. 1 more breath. Good, and then go ahead and lower to your knees. Again, you can use the blocks as we move to the second side. Step your left foot in between your hands. Okay, and again, we still want front knee over front heel aligned. And keep the back knee down. Inhale, arms reach up, low crescent. Hug your thighs even here. And then palms together, just like before, bend at your elbows. A little bit of lift of your chest so you get that nice right psoas and quadricep stretching as well. 1 more breath in. Breath out. Inhale, reach your arms. And exhale, half splits. Remember the blocks, they're completely there for you. Just trying to get into our hamstring, because this is a great prep for the balance that we'll do with standing up. Pull your left toes back. You can have that soft bend in your knee. One more inhale. One more exhale. And from there, find the blocks or use the floor. Back knee comes off the mat. Lunge twist. Left arm high. Open up. Without leaning too much on that bottom arm. Reach towards the sky. One more inhale. Hug the front knee in. And exhale, release. So here's the balance. Blocks are there for you. Transition the weight to your front foot. Float the back leg. Lovely place to stay. Stretches the legs. But also, those of you who like that added challenge, walk your hands back to frame your foot. Forehead towards your shin. Lift the right heel slightly higher. And exhale, Jiva squat. Bend both knees. Pull your right knee behind your calf. Should feel a nice stretch to the outer left hip. Inhale, reach your leg up. And then exhale, step all the way back behind your blanket if you did use it. Pivot your foot. Make sure it's at a 45-degree angle. It's not turned to the back of the mat. It's not really even turned directly to the side. It's really that angle that's important. Breath in, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And then as you activate your legs, to do this, squeeze your feet together. Reach through your fingertips and take your gaze out and over the left ones. One more breath. And now we get to have some fun here and flow. Breath in, legs straight. Dancing warrior. Exhale, Vira 2. And again, inhale, dancing. And exhale, warrior 2. Last time with your breath. Inhale, straighten your legs. For Utthita Trikonasana, triangle, exhale, reach forward. When you can no longer reach forward, that's when the left hand goes to your shin or block, right arm high. Again, lean your back against that imaginary wall behind you to open your chest and stack your shoulders. Legs are fully engaged. You're not just dumping the weight into them. One more breath in. Breath out. And then as you lift back up, we'll do something a little different here. Straighten your legs, parallel your feet. Your hands can be at your hips or out to a T. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, come on forward. Nice stretch for the legs, but if there's anything you want to add in, bend one knee, then the other. Maybe you reach towards one leg, then the other, or another twist. Lots of options for you to get creative. Sometimes it's nice to simply just stay in stillness. Take another breath. And then from here, find your transition, top of your mat, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reach through your arms. And exhale, drop to your knees. You probably won't need the blanket, so you can take that out. And we'll just do a simple reclined figure 4 to stretch out our hips, and we'll take that into a twist. Those of you familiar with my classes, you've done this before. Right leg up. Cross your right ankle over your left femur bone. And then what's important here is to take the right arm directly in between your legs to capture behind your all the way behind your thigh, or if you can, and you have the range of motion around your shin, you'll get a much deeper sensation in your outer right hip. Let the breath sound like ocean waves upon an imaginary shore. Take 2 more cycles of breath. as you exit, if you need a little movement to clear the legs, shake them out, windshield wiper them. And we'll do that same thing on the other side, left leg up, cross left ankle over right thigh. Weave the left arm in between, capture behind your thigh, or all the way around your shin, and then let the back of your head rest to the floor. Perhaps notice any big or small difference in sensation on this side. Couple more rounds of breath here. Letting that breath soak up your left hip. And when you feel fairly even from side to side, just a simple closing twist, drop your legs to your left, shoulders to the mat as you look right. We're not here long, just kind of resetting the spine, return some equilibrium to your body. And other side. Legs drop to the right, look to the left. See if you can keep your femur bones perpendicular with your spine. So knees aren't up here by your armpit, they're not down too low. Nice, safe twist as you gaze to the left. One more breath here. And then we'll bring our practice to a close. If there's anything you want to add in, maybe a squeeze, happy babies pose. If you have a close by wall in your space, you could move to your wall and do legs up the wall pose. Or you could even simply, for a few breaths, keep the legs extended straight up. And then as you are personally ready, Shavasana. And if you do have a nice rolled up blanket or bolster, you can get comfortable, put it under your knees. Sometimes it's nice to take the support along your spine or behind your shoulder blades and recline. And then you could even use a block under your head if you need that added support. Take a few moments here. Don't cheat yourself of this actual posture. It's where we absorb all the benefits of our practice. And I'll do a brief chant for you to bring everything to a close. the remover of obstacles in our lives. Thank you all for joining. May you each walk in peace today and every day. Namaste.